Welcome back, Sebastian here. So today I'm going to be doing my preview for this weekend's Dutch Grand Prix. So first let's take a look at last year's result. So last year Max Verstappen won his second straight Dutch Grand Prix ahead of George Russell and Charles Leclerc under somewhat controversial circumstances. So it was a weekend where the Mercedes put up a really good challenge and a really good fight against Max Verstappen, with at some points in the race looking like Hamilton may actually win the race. But there was quite a bit of drama late in the race with a virtual safety car caused by Tsunoda and then a full safety car caused by Valtteri Bottas. Eventually Hamilton fell out of those podium positions, finished fourth, I believe, and Max Verstappen went on to win that race. So next, looking at the tires for this weekend, we're going to be having the hard C1, the medium C2, and the soft C3. So the hardest three tires in the Pirelli range that we last saw at the British Grand Prix, I believe. Taking a look at the schedule for this weekend's race, Friday FP1 12:30 p.m. local time, FP2 4 p.m. and then on Saturday FP3 11:30 a.m. and quali 3 p.m. So same time as the race, which is actually a nice change for once. The last several races, quali's been an hour later than the race. And then when we get to Sunday, main Grand Prix is again 3 p.m. And you'll notice that I put raindrops beside all 3 days, as it is expected to rain on all 3 days, not always at the time of the session, but the track will be quite wet, I would expect, through at least some of the sessions. Also very, very cool this weekend, temperatures around 20 degrees Celsius. So tire warm up, especially with those harder compound tires, will be very, very important. So just taking a look at the track itself, I think it's a track where that's obviously extremely narrow, so qualifying is going to be very, very important, as overtaking is very difficult because of the narrow layout. Really, your best chance to get an overtake done is at turn 1, but if you're really feeling it, you can try to go for a move at turn 11 as well. It's pretty much impossible to make an overtake through the, turn 3. If you make a really good run through turn 1, you could make a move around the inside or the outside of turn 3. 4, 5, 6, it's impossible to overtake. Those are very, very high-speed corners, very narrow as well. Turn 7 and 8, again, very high speed, and there's only one way, there's only one line through those corners. Ditto for 9 and 10, and of course before the aforementioned turn 11, before you have this really tight chicane complex in front of the grandstands. Then we get to turn 13 and turn 14, which is arguably probably the most iconic corner on the track, which is the banked final corner, which allows them to slipstream up into turn 1. Of course, because there's a variety of corners, but also mostly high-speed corners, I would say, high medium speed corners, aero balance is going to be really crucial, and finding that balance between downforce as well as straight line speed is going to be really crucial. So teams, that kind of really plays into Red Bull's hands, I feel. Just going into some predictions for this year's race, I'm going to predict a Max Verstappen win, because at this point, who wouldn't? 8 straight wins wins in a row now, looking to tie Sebastian Vettel's all-time win record from 2013. Other drivers I'm going to have on the podium, I'm predicting Lando Norris second and Lewis Hamilton in third. McLaren's looked very good in some of the wet sessions we had, especially in Belgium, as well as in Spain, I believe, where they qualified very, very strongly in a very wet and cold qualifying session before falling away in the race. However, with the updates, I'm a bit more confident that they can hold that position. And Lewis Hamilton as well, Mercedes looked like this could be a good track for them. It was a very good track for them last year. And then Hamilton's been in a very, very strong run of form recently. And of course, if it's wet, I think that plays into the hands of all 3 of those drivers as well. So that's all for my preview for the Dutch Grand Prix. I'll be covering all the action this weekend, as well as action from Formula 2. Thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.